Now, whatever you do, don't push this button.
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I am Groot.
That's right.
I am Groot.
No! No, that's the button that will kill everyone!
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vontae the First, the day portion of Mugen Eclipse.
And it's me, Mr. Twitchy, the night portion of Mugen Eclipse. Tonight we're back with Season 3, Episode 9, the latest of Fire Force today.
Sister Sumire. She's not innocent. She's not a nice woman. She might look like it. She might look innocent. No, she is not. She is devil incarnate. What the hell? She conjured up dead children that burned, that turned into infernos and went to the world of Adola, and she brought them back to torment Hibana once again. She also has like a vibration power that she could just like crush shit with and create quakes, earthquakes, and she gotta stop. She needs to be stopped. She is the seventh pillar. She gotta go.
That second half of the episode was incredible. It was like a video game little side quest for the Orichalcum. And you know what? We're gonna go to the Nether and we're gonna find some actual dragon ore, let's just call it maybe, for a new Excalibur, because Arthur's previous sword was turned literally into dust. Thanks, Hope Depot. So without any further delay, guys, let's get into Season 3, Episode 9 of Fire Force right about now.
I was thinking if this series wasn't a shonen, how...
What the hell?
That's all I was laughing at. The post credit. Oh my god.
No.
Bruh.
Atlantis. Shout out Dandadan. Not the donkey again. Bro, why did they do that cold open? I am so upset.
So let me guess, a Western version of Arthur would be like, I want to be a samurai. That's a good shot.
He's too far gone. Shut up. I called this the side quest.
He said, nah, man, he really in the game. He said, I'll do that shit later, man.
What a wholesome family.
After all they've been through.
No, we can turn back if we want. His brain is short-circuited.
The one thing I do like is that they know that this is not like a random person would think this is just some bullshit, but like they know it's not bullshit at the end of the day, so they can go along with
it. You gotta be embarrassed.
So basically, Arthur's the type of dude that you could take him to Burger King to get a Burger King hat, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm a king. Yeah, let's go. I'm powerful."
See, we made a connection earlier to a series I never thought we'd make a connection to, Stranger Things. But like, is this like Freerin? There's a creature that can feed on your memories? The Kinemon meme.
Trash.
He's talking to like two brooms.
つまりなんだ。バルカン、考えるな感じるんだ。
Bruh.
That's all you do.
お前たちは消防官の仲間だな。ああ、そうだよ。アーサーと同じ第8の部隊員だよ。
私たちはレジスタンス。
この国の腐敗を正す活動をしている。
The role of parents in Japan versus the role of parents in other countries.
Also, it might even get into what we were kind of talking about earlier in the video about like the paranoia of people, how people can become crazed or anything.
Like, this is just natural for regular civilians in the society. Just like run away from your kid. I feel like they're not real.
Oh, my husband's fantasies.
I'm a theorist.
俺は予言者だから。
What's the difference?
うちのレストランが食中毒と火事で潰れ、こうやって現実逃避す
I
るし
want
か
to be
な
a
かった。
cowboy. I want to be a knight. What the hell's wrong with this lineage?
What's the mom want to be? Astronaut.
何か見えるのか？
Man.
朝、お父さんとお母さんは世界
This is legitimately crazy if they are real.
愛してるわ。
天の星空が見えるようになった。星々を見てるとわかるんだ。この星の真実が。だろ。
バルカン。
偶然にしてはできすぎてるか。ここに現れた理由も予言か。なんか息子が来る気がした。朝、何か探してここに来たんだろ。
You know, this is real. There's no way these two idiots could be in the same place at the same time.
あったあった。これだ。なんだこれは。これってもしかして。
Oh, is that made of tungsten?
このパーツはアルミニウム特殊合金でできていて、
Not quite.
3000度の熱ではびくともしない耐熱性と頑丈さを持っているんだ。
はかどっている。
He's moving his fantasy along. What? Slow down.
嘘、子供？なんで？しかも3人もなんで？
ネザーに来てできたんだ。
できたんだじゃなくてですね。だって置いてったんでしょ？
You as the audience.
こんなのアーサーさんがかわいそうすぎじゃないですか。
He's fun.
Like he has a way of like talking to the audience with the storytelling that like we're finally in that realm of it in this story. We've seen it a few times before, but he's really getting into it. And this is one of a few things that we're gonna get into.
Dude, get your dunce cap off.
今いよいよこいつに流し込むぜ。見るぞ。
He's fixing your Zanpakuto, Arthur. Yeah, that is
I
real.
am the fantasy.
あんな嬉しそうなアーサー。
Dude.
Is Excalibur the most famed named weapon in history? It probably is. See it in every goddamn story, damn.
Yeah.
さやの加工、間もなく完了です。剣を下げるベルトもできたよ。
よし、あと一息だ。見てくれよ、完成したぜ。
That does look fire.
Unsheathen.
こいつが。ありがとう。この剣に誓う。俺はもう。
Oh, you like how it has like the 8?
All right, Zoro. We're
That's
just
a
talking about
fire
that.
shape.
ご両親見つかったんだってね。
They did not dip out to the nether already.
それは？また？
マキは思った。二度も両親に捨てられたことを全く理解していない
Thanks,
こ
Iris.
の男の横顔を見て、彼は真の政権を手にし、
中隊長にアドラリンクの仕方を聞いたんですけど、
今度から聞いた。アドラに自分から勝ち込むんだろ。
シンモン大隊長はアドラに勝ち込む方法を知ってるんですか？
いや全然。
今やってるこれが。
It's kind of crazy that Benimaru's actually been the active sensei for him.
It's One Piece.
All I'll be thinking is fire, fire.
一体となって寝るなバカ野郎。
昔先代にやらされたが、新人のね俺はただ気持ちよく昼寝ができるだけだった。
シンモン大隊長は破壊神として信じられる側。俺もシンモン大隊長を信じてます。
何言ってやがんだガキが。続けろ。
はい。
俺は博打を打ってくる。
What do you see? I see show.
ショー。気候はまた会えたな。
Show's just been chilling in Adola?
兄。
Oh!
Damn, damn, damn.
Episode flew by.
These last 2 episodes, we needed this. We needed some more world building. Arthur's parents, yeah. Okubo cooking. What the hell are you cooking? What the hell is this? Your parents. They just...
See, the only idea that I have, let me turn this down so I don't scream, is maybe a personal experience he had with a reconnection attempt of a estranged family. Now, I will be honest with you guys, there are some members of my family that I am now estranged with, or soft estranged from. It's uncomfortable to speak about. And I imagine I would have, because I'm not as delusional as Arthur, I would have very much uncomfortable feelings if I were to meet said family members in person. I just don't understand why they gave him that hope. Because... Hold on. Put a pin in that. Latom. I feel like, to continue my point, that it would almost have been better for Arthur if he had just received no note or a very ambiguous note. You know? For them to say that they're going to go save the world, that makes it sound like they're almost absolving themselves of blame. And I really don't like that. Because you are actively abandoning your child. Yes. And then, as you pointed out, you had 3 more kids in the Nether. So, you're just a hypocrite, right? And for that to impact the entirety of Arthur's personality and his general just understanding of life itself, that was traumatic. You caused your child traumatic pain. And then to just show up, because I'm a seer, I thought my son would be here, and then to dip out after, what, like this chance encounter? It rubs me the wrong way, but again, going back to my point about my estranged family, I feel like, and this is tough to admit, I don't know if that relationship can ever be mended. I would like it to, but a certain part of me is like, I think it's for the best that we have gone our separate ways. I won't go into too much detail because it's a little bit uncomfortable for me to talk about, but this opened up an interesting conversation that I think we can have about what Okubo was thinking, or what he was trying to convey for the theme of this particular episode or series of chapters.
I think it's extremely unique because this is something that I don't think I've actually seen in animanga. Like, I mean, we always see the whole like father neglecting
Deadbeat
main character's son or whatever. Yeah, like, we see that, but like, and not even just because it's both parents, but it's the fact that Arthur is the way that he, like, I think this is like a meta commentary on for a few things in real life. One, parents neglecting children and seeing how that shapes the child, and two, honestly, I think it's kind of meta commentary on children who have mental disabilities. Because I kind of feel like, even though he is similar to his parents, very imaginative and all that, you can tell it comes off to me as if like they know that their son, he has, you know, his quote unquote delusions or whatnot, to like an extreme extent, to the point where they could just lie to him and he would never question it, and that makes it uncomfortable for the viewers to watch this, and characters in the series too. And I don't know, I think I always feel like it's really unique when a mangaka or any kind of author can get into like real like meta commentary, like real life scenarios that a lot of people don't have to go through, and b, just things that are, well, honestly, overall just not thought about too much, because this happens a lot to a lot of people. They get neglected by their families, and then it kind of shapes who they are based off of that, and it's hard for those people to truly be quote unquote normal in society. And I'm gonna connect this to another series kind of loosely, but it kind of reminds me of like My Hero, for example, with like, say, Toga, right? With her quirk, how she was neglected by society and her parents too, because of she was the way that she was different. So nobody liked her, or nobody wanted her to be around because they thought she was like a demon child. And it kind of reminds me of what Arthur here is, because like I feel like his parents knew that he's just the way that he is, but for some reason they didn't even try. Because the reason why I'm even saying that is because they had 3 more kids, and they're with those kids. They didn't neglect them. So, and those kids don't really look like, they don't seem to be like Arthur, you know, like different. I'm just gonna say different. They seem pretty whatever, normal, regular, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know, I always felt that Okubo, whatever he was cooking with here was very unique, and I haven't really seen it again. And honestly, there's some other stuff that he has done and more things that he will showcase later on, because once again, I'm a manga reader that I can't wait to get into, because it's similar to this as well. He speaks to the reader often. I don't know if I've seen another mangaka do that as often as Okubo, but I can't wait till we get into those so we can have those conversations as well.
And what I loved about it was I immediately picked up on the fact that Yu was speaking for Okubo in that scene, because that's what all the viewers should theoretically be asking themselves. Like, what the hell is wrong with these parents? They're not good parents, and yet they decided to have more children in this dangerous location that is the Nether. To agree with your point, though, I do think that Okubo was talking about mental disabilities or personalities that are different from their parents. So again, to give you guys a quick little story, my mom, she works with kids on the autism spectrum as a parapro for our local school district. And she has told me that there are some very uncomfortable situations as it relates to how these parents view these children. Now, I am not currently a parent. I'd love to be one day, but I can't imagine feeling that way towards my child just because they're on the autism spectrum, or in Arthur's case, if he has some delusions of grandeur or just an overactive imagination. If you don't even want to put like a label on it, that's fine. He was different, I'm guessing, from a lot of other children of his age, and that has grown into his young adulthood. But to abandon him like that, I think that's what got me so choked up. I want to say, do you remember what series it was when I was talking about like your parents are the one line of trust that you should have, and someone broke that. I thought it was Toga, but I think it was someone else though. It was something that affected me so strongly because of the close. Oh yes, it was Dandadan. It was, yes, that's what it was. So manga spoilers, I'm not going to get into it, but there was a scene in which a parent betrayed a child. At least that was my impression of that scene. And this could not be more similar in that these parents betrayed their child and didn't even like give him a lifeline to live on. He literally had to imagine that he was eating food when he was hungry. That is crazy to think about.
This is really...
I'm getting all aggravated again. This is insane.
It actually is. It's one of those things that, like, and I say this, we talk about this often. We have like a lot of long conversations on and off camera. We just talked about this with My Hero about how certain themes I feel like are underlooked by the viewer a lot. Like, you don't really see a lot of discourse for certain things about like the philosophy of a lot of characters in that series. And I think this is one of those things too. I think people see this like, oh, that's fucked up, but like they don't really think about this. And the way that I like to consume stories, I like to internalize things as if I am the character in said, situation. But this one is so unique to me because even if you're in Arthur's shoes, what does that mean to you? You won't know that. The whole point is that he doesn't understand that. He doesn't even question that this is wrong or weird or different. He doesn't. So
well, even the second time that they abandoned him, he just accepted it with like a smile on his face. He's like, that's just my parents.
Exactly.
So
that's why
the fact that they are alive and that they are on a mission in quotation marks, it's like that's enough for Arthur. And any other logical person on the planet would be like, no, that's fucked up. Those parents abandoned you. And Arthur's like they're just on a mission. It's fine.
Yep. They're like, what the fuck? Like, okay, well, I mean, they're kind of crazy too. I guess that's just how they get down. That's just like their tradition, family. Who knows? I guess. Exactly. They're like, I guess. But from an outsider looking in, it's like, yeah, this is different. And I can't wait till we explore more and more stuff like this and this in itself, because Okubo does this a few other times. Some things I'm thinking about off the top of my head are really unique, and we'll have really great discussions. So hopefully everything goes well for the rest of this core and the next core, so we can get into that stuff. But another dope episode. We recorded both episodes back to back, getting some good lore, and Arthur got Excalibur, so we good. Run it back.
Yeah, I would say we're on like a 6 or 7 episode streak here. This is great. This is what I expected from Fire Force from the start of the season. So I'm glad that we're getting this consistency near the second end of the season, end of the core.
Yes, sir. So you guys know the drill, man. Pull up every week for Fire Force and other content on the channel, manga, anime, live action related. We got a lot of stuff coming up for the rest of this year and next year, so stay tuned. Subscribe to your boys. Road to 1K, and I hope to see you guys again in the next video. I was trying to rhyme and I fucked up. But anyway, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. See you guys on the next video or stream. Bars. And
peace.